this is a continuation from the previous video about price action and how candlesticks really behave. So in this video, we are going to talk a little bit further, because at the end, we are going to build a trading strategy that I'm going to backtest with you guys for more than 100 trades. So let's look at the topics that we are going to cover in this video. So from here, these are the topics that we are going to cover. This is part 2 of this video. We are going to go more in depth on how that candlesticks really behave in the market. And then we are going to cover how these candlesticks work in the market and some certain areas where they don't work and how you can use it properly. And lastly, we are going to talk about how we can build this strategy to have everything that we need to get started. So for those who didn't watch the previous video, basically you have to read price action like as if you are reading, like read the weeks, like the week that will be appearing in the market. This week here is the one that will tell you where price is really trying to go. But using this alone is not very effective. It's not very effective because you have to factor in some other things like supply and demand zones, even support and resistance levels do work using this way to read price action. So basically in the previous video, I was talking about how the market really behaves. So we can see that we have two different candlesticks, but this one is a bullish trend. This is not a mistake, guys. This is a bearish trend. But how is this one being bearish, this one being bearish, but this one is a bullish trend to the upside, this one is a bearish trend? Is because if you look closely, the market pushed to the upside and then drop lower and lower. That's how at least you can try to understand it. Here, we can see that price pushed lower and then pushed to the upside. We can see that we have a change of direction. We can see that from here, this is the lowest point. This is the lowest point. Then to look at it very properly, just watch the price action here. This is very simple. Look at it here compared to this one. Just compare. We can clearly see that this one is winning to the upside. This one is winning to the downside. But the candlesticks are still the same in color or in whatever you want to call it. This is just candlesticks. As long as you want to read price action properly, then it's fine. So from here, let me just put an example. At least you'll try to understand what I mean. So basically in this video, I wanted to show you that you don't have to like use every candlestick. Every candlestick will not work, Even if the market break the structure or do whatever it wants to do, the market will never do such thing. So basically, and we will never see the market the same way. Look at this area here. If I put, let's say, something like a trend line here, this trend line, someone could sell basically on this bearish candlestick, okay? But because we don't see the market the same way, if we look closely, someone could have used this level here and said this is a strong support level because we have tested it here. So that means right now when you see a bullish candlestick, you will trade to the upside. But look closely on this current candlestick here. Who is winning? Like the candlestick is looking like this. You can clearly see everything is like this. It's bullish. It's a bullish candlestick. But look at this price action here. The market is trying to push to the downside, even though this is a bullish candlestick. So here, that is why you see the market is pushing to the downside. So basically in this video, we're going to talk about the areas where you should never take trades and how you can use this very effectively. And as I said before, that this is not a trading strategy. This is not a trading strategy at all for now, because we are going step by step. If it's not beginner friendly, then you have to watch some other previous videos, then you'll understand those videos, then you can come back to this one. So if we look closely, we can see that there is a lot of those candlesticks. Look at this area here. Who is winning? Candlestick is bearish, obviously. That's why you see the market pushing to the downside. And as I said before, you should never use every candlestick. This one shows that price is moving to the downside. It even closed bearish. Almost, it closed this FVG, but it looks like it's bearish. So you can see that if you are focusing mainly, the market will bully you. You have to check some other factors in the market. Clearly, you can see that you can take this candlestick here. that is very, very strong to the downside. And I've been talking a lot that when you see that price is moving aggressively like this, and then it gives you a price action to continue to the upside, that market will obviously reverse on you. So clearly, if we look closely on this example here, we can see that we have this strong move to the downside. Price was very strong to the downside like this, and then we close this fair value gap. Would you buy or sell? And clearly we can see another one here. I know someone will enter here a buy and then put a stop loss there, and then this week will take him out, because I've been there trading like that. And it doesn't mean even now I don't make mistakes. It happens. I'm a human being. So here, if you look closely on this current price action here, look, it's just pushing to the upside. But here, the market is very slow. What do you expect when the market is very slow? That means the next move should be very fast. That's the only thing that you should understand. When the market is moving slowly like this, it's either it's going to push to the upside very aggressively or to the downside. But because this is a correction and the market is pushing to the upside, that means right now this is a correction which was correcting another move. If you see that we see a correction like this, you see a correction like this, obviously just think of it as if like the market was very strong to the downside, and then it needs to continue. This one here was correction to the downside. It needs to push to the upside. Forget about this move. Just look at the correction. You'll understand where price is likely to go. So even here, if you look closely on this candlestick, someone will take the trade thinking that this is a break and then a correction here, and then they will enter trade here, put a stop loss very tight, and then you get stopped. Then the market move to your direction. But because you didn't clearly see that we have a fair value gap on this area, that is why this trade failed. So you have to factor in like so many things: FVG, order blocks if you use them, supply and demand zones, harmonic patterns if you use them, Elliott wave, so many things. You have to factor in so many things so that you can make this very effective. So let's move on. This is example number 2 here. Here, look closely. You can clearly see that we broke this area. Very aggressive, very aggressive. And as I said, price action will give you some sort of a confirmation and then reverse on you. You have to know that every time when the market is moving aggressively, it will shoot, it will change direction. Most of the time when the market reverses, it has to make some silly moves in the market. Even if you look closely on this price action, it's very strong to the downside. But when we reach this area, we can clearly see that price is starting to be weak, and then find a confirmation here. Then you catch this move. That's how at least you can try to understand this. It's not basically difficult, but we have to build a trading strategy because there will be some failed trades in the market. A lot. Even this one, if you look on this one and say you're going to enter here, but because you didn't see this one, you forgot that the market is likely to bully you. You have a strong move to the downside, and then we still have a strong move. Obviously, here there will be a huge price action activity that will be happening in the market. So that is why you see this candlestick, because so many people will think that this is a support that is being retested, and then the market trade to the downside. So basically, that's the only thing that you need to understand, that when price is moving very aggressively, it has to change direction. It's either going to be very slow at first and then reverse. So I think that's basically it. And another thing is that you can clearly see that if you know corrections very clearly, you can see that we have something like this. This is a correction here. The market was very slow in this area. So everything that you are trying to take around this area, you are going to be bullied very quickly. This was just a correction. I hope you understand what I mean right there. So you can go and look at them a lot. You will find them. They are everywhere. I can even spot them. You can see the price is moving to the downside, moving to the upside, moving to the upside, moving to the upside, moving to the upside. They are a lot. This one failed, obviously. This is an indication. This one failed. Moving to the downside, failed again, failed. Obviously, you can trade one candlestick. This one to the upside, to the downside, failed. You can clearly see that if you go and backtest, everything will become easier. Let's look at this one here before we can discuss everything that we are going to cover on the next video. So here, I think basically we are done here. I think I made a mistake, but it's fine. So another thing that I want to point out is that you have to look at the market structure. Like here, price has to take out some liquidity, or maybe take, let's just say price trades above previous highs or low before you can try to enter that trade. You can clearly see like this one, it traded below. That is why you see price is moving slowly to the upside. But obviously, you don't want to see the market moving like this. This is not good. If the market is moving like this, that is a correction. But if it's moving like this, without any gaps in between, that means this is a correction. This one is impulsive. We only want to catch this one. We want to see this one to catch the impulse. So let's look at the checklist that we need to cover. We are going to make this candlestick to do our analysis, and then we are going to move from the higher time frame to the lower time frame. We are going to focus on the entries, stop loss, how to get out of the market if the analysis changes, take profit levels, time frames that are very effective, which pair are more suitable, and then how to backtest and journal your trades. This is the series that we are going to cover. This is not the last video that we are going to cover, because we have to cover everything here and build a strategy on it. So right now let's move on to a real chart and talk about few examples. So for the whole series, or almost the whole series of this strategy, I will be using an indicator from fluxchart. This is a supply and demand zones, and you can clearly see that on the analysis that I posted on Telegram, I said that I need to see price come into these levels here, and even the indicator identified it around this area. You can clearly see if I switch it on and off, it's still there in real time. You can also change some settings. It's just that I've been messing around with some settings here, but on the next video I'm going to optimize my settings so that at least you can try to do the same and follow up with everything. So to get this indicator, obviously this is not a free indicator. You have to visit fluxchart. Here on their website you'll find so many amazing indicators that are invite only, and they're running a special, say 50%, and if you use my link in the description below, you'll be helping out the channel and you are also getting a discount. So back to the video here, and then I'll provide all the links will be in the description below, from their website to their Discord and everything. You'll find everything in the description below. So here, this is an example of gold that I wanted price to come to these areas here, but right now it's moving very slow to the upside. And then if you look closely, this is not the first time price has moved like this. Look, we have a strong move to the upside. Right now we are doing something like this. Even right now we are doing something like this. This is not a analysis that you need to trade. I am not advising you to trade this, because you have to know your own strategy. So from here on gold, I'm waiting for price to come to this area so that I can take a long positions, or even below, because I'm also checking out these levels here. But if you look at price action, this is the 45 minutes time frame. Let me remove this. I wanted to show you something that you're going to like from here. We can clearly see that we have this candlestick here, and if we compare the box from the above and then the box from below, you can clearly see that this one is bigger. That means price is likely to push to the upside, and this is where that strategy that we're building will come in hand to trade this very effectively. Because right now I would not have taken this trade at all, because we didn't even trade below this low. But that's a topic for another video. I'll show you, don't worry. Even on this area here, we can clearly see that we have this price action here, this candlestick here. The good thing about this one is that it traded above the rear highs here. You can clearly see that it traded above the rear highs. That is why I like this one. This one could have been an easy trade. So the main purpose is that when you see this kind of candlestick here, you have to look at the previous lows. Like it has to be something like this. It has to be something like this before the market can move. This will be the area of that candlestick. It has to break at least few highs from the top before you can decide to enter the market. So that's basically it. So there's no more information right now that I can tell you on how to trade this, but we are going baby steps, guys. You need to focus on at least practice to see these candlesticks. I can see them everywhere. This one here is just bullish here for me. This one here, this is an indecision. This is the one that I'm calling it a confusion. Just look closely. Look closely. I'm gonna zoom in a little bit. You'll understand price action from here. Here you can clearly see that the market is trying to move to the upside like this. You can see this wick. It's trying to push the market to the upside. Even this one. That is why you see a bullish trend. But this bullish trend here lost momentum when this candlestick closed. You can even compare this one and this one right there. We have something like this. Look at the differences. So it's easier to understand this. Even if price pushed to the upside a little bit, but this candlestick was a sign that price is likely to push to the downside. Then we have this indecision here, the confusion candlestick, and then we push to the downside once more. But you can clearly see that, as I said, we have to trade at least below a low of something else. You can clearly see that we traded below this previous low here, even below this previous lows around this area. That is why you see price rejecting very quickly to the upside. That is why you see something like this. Okay, I hope you understand it. And by the end of this video, you will be able to enter the market right there. If you follow up this series here, you'll be able to enter the market right there with a small stop loss. So I guess you have enjoyed this video. If you have enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing to the channel, and don't forget to check out the links in the description. You'll find my Telegram, you'll find the indicator to fluxchart, and you'll find the link to our Discord and their Discord. And I'm also going to build an indicator that can identify this kind of behaviors in the market. I'll talk to the team at fluxchart so that we can create it for you guys. So I'll see you on the next one. Please like the video and subscribe. And if you have any topic that you want to add on the next video, leave a comment below.